Yeah, what's up, bro?
What's up?
My brother, bro.
Nice to meet you
Yeah, nice to meet you.
in Tokyo, man. I think it's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's been like basically 2 years after since.
2 years, right?
Yeah,
Damn, time flies.
super fast.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you, man. So like,
Yeah.
of course, we are like from Okayama University, and then we here in Tokyo.
Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah. I wish they could see the view though.
yeah.
Would you give them the view too?
Interview? I mean, both of you.
Yeah, the view.
Yeah, later I will take
All right.
for the viewers. So
Yeah.
So basically, we're right now inside at the Tokyo station at the Yaesu exit.
Yeah.
And then we just like finish our like jobs like 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday, like this Japanese people do.
Yeah.
And we're here to interview my long friend from Okayama University. So yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, man.
Yeah, man. So actually, I would like to ask you a lot of questions, of course, because it's been a while since I met you, and then I really want to dig inside like how your life and how you've been doing and what made you like to go to Japan. So let's get started.
Let's go.
Yo, also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and then
Yeah. Like, share,
share, and then
subscribe to the channel.
yeah. And then I probably like will make some YouTube videos in the future, so we'll see.
Yeah. We might make some collabs in the future, man.
Let's do a collab.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so first question is actually, just introduce like yourself to the viewers and me, like where you're from, and then what made you come to Japan.
Okay. So my name is Nana Kwesi. You can call me Nana. So I was actually born in Japan, but my parents are Ghanaians and I'm a Ghanaian. Somewhere 30 years ago, right? My dad came to Japan. He had his master's and PhD in Okayama University, same university as us. And my mom also came here, so I was born. And then at the age of 3, my parents moved back to Ghana. So I grew up in Ghana. And then for my master's, I decided that, how about I come back to Japan? And I did not go to any other university than Okayama University. So that's how I came back to Japan. That's not how I came to Japan for the first time. That's how I came back to Japan, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where it started. My plan was to actually come and just have my master's and then go back home. But after having my master's for a while, I was like, I actually like this place. I can stay. So I found a job as an engineer. So I'm working in Tokyo. And I guess that's a brief summary about myself.
Wow, super brief and super, insightful of the introduction. So
Thank you.
yes, so I would like to dig deeper on like what are you doing right now in Tokyo? Like what kind of job are you doing? Like what kind of engineer?
Okay, so in Japan, I'll be called an infra engineer. So basically, that is infrastructure engineer. Outside in other countries, it's kind of tough. Basically, what I studied in school is network engineering in IT. Okay, so network engineering. But as many courses would have it, when you study a certain course, the title of your job might be different from like the course you study, because when you go in detail, you can do like so many different jobs within your field. So within my field, there are so many jobs, but the umbrella under which they all fall is infra engineer, or network engineer. So that's why I just simply said I'm an engineer, because if I go into it's a lot of things. But here in Japan, I'll be considered to be an infra engineer, and my main job is to work between like networks and then cloud systems. Okay, I don't want to go too much into detail. Yeah, that's what I do, and I love my job. So yeah.
Seems like you're enjoying your job, and I mean,
I am.
Yeah, seems like you're happy to be in Tokyo. This big year, right?
Yes.
I see. So, of course, like it seems like a lot of people outside Japan like would like to work in Japan, especially in Tokyo.
Yep.
And then, what was like your strategy to actually get a job in Tokyo before you graduate?
Okay, so like I said, I wasn't planning on living and working in Japan. But after being here for a while, anyone who's familiar with Ghana knows that the pay is way better here than it is back in my country, Ghana. So I was like, wait a minute, I'm spending all this money to come to school here. Why not actually like, it's an investment, you know? Going to school is an investment, the same way starting a business is an investment. So I was like, if I'm investing this amount of money, going back home, I'll be paid less than what I'm actually investing. So I was like, wait, you know what? Maybe let me actually like live in Japan and work in Japan since I have studied here. So I started looking for jobs. And this was even before I graduated. Like this is like a whole year before I graduated. So within that time, there was a lot of up and downs, you know. I even got depressed at a point because my Japanese wasn't that good. And it's one thing I'll tell anyone who's looking forward to come here, he will tell you your Japanese has to be good, okay? Unless you are working in fields like English teaching or sometimes in IT field, you might not need Japanese. For instance, one reason I was considered, even though my Japanese wasn't that good at that time, was that it was IT, an IT field, network engineering, they all fall under IT field, and they would actually like consider you because it's a very there's the demand for engineers, you know, all types of engineers. So because of that, if your Japanese is not so good, they might hire you, but you still need Japanese. So even though I was hired with low Japanese, I have improved upon it. So a year now, I'm better than I was. So most important thing is you have to start looking for the jobs as soon as you think about this. Don't wait till you finish school. Don't wait till you come to Japan first. Start looking at the opportunities, what they require. If maybe you have to maybe do a course or two to upgrade your, whether be it Japanese, be it the skills you have, right? And also take your Japanese very serious. I never thought I would be saying this because I didn't really take my Japanese serious initially.
Yeah.
But now, knowing what I know, if you want to get like better pay, get like good opportunities, you need Japanese.
Yeah.
So these are the two things I would say. Start looking early, focus on your Japanese, and hopefully you get a very good job here in Japan.
Yeah, exactly. So Japanese and then looking for opportunity basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, like people like would like to go to university because they like studying. Maybe they're good at like some subject when they were in high school or like any other motivation basically. But the thing is that in 2025, I feel like the market is kind of changed where people don't really go to college or university for study or like to gain knowledge.
Okay.
Instead, it's just like what you said, like it's people go to university for investment or people taking MBAs or business major to get to get into a prestige company in probably in all over the world basically.
Yeah.
Like how do you actually, navigate through like okay, actually should go to university for working on for learning or do you have like any other mindset to look at like when you go to university, like, what is your field?
Yeah, so I was saying that not everyone actually needs to go to the university. You have to look deep within and ask yourself, what are your talents? Like, what can you bring to the world, So you might have a talent that has nothing to do with coming to the university, going to do your master's or your undergrad. It's good, but if you go to the university to do a course that might not lead to you getting employment, you just wasted time and money.
Yeah.
And a lot of money too.
Yeah.
So sometimes the amount of money you would spend going to the university, that money would have benefited you if you started a business with.
Yeah.
So I would say the first thing you do is ask yourself, what talents do you possess? The second thing I would say, you should try to find out if you don't have any talent and you think maybe you do have a talent, but then it lies with going to school. So do go to school. But before you do go to school and pay all that money, what is the title of the job you are trying to do in the future? So maybe you want to be a marketer, digital marketer, content creator, and you want to go have a course for that. The question is, are there jobs for this and how much does it pay?
Yeah, exactly.
And would I be happy with that? So these three questions: how much does it pay? What did I even say? At the end of the day, just ask yourself, would you get is there the demand for that job? How much does it pay? And would you be happy with that?
Yeah.
Got it. So when you ask yourself these questions and you are satisfied with that, then you can go to school. But then I know people that really wanted to start a business. They first went to school and then drop out before they start the business, right?
Yeah.
I know people that go to school will do a course that really doesn't benefit them.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want to mention any name of any course, but you do a course that doesn't get you any job, and then you are home, you are unemployed.
Yeah.
You understand? Or you are trying to move to Japan,
Yeah.
but you're not studying something that's relevant to getting employment in Japan.
Yeah.
How do you come to Japan? You know?
Yeah. I mean, recently, like Japanese government are like inviting a lot of like foreigners to come to Japan, like
Yeah.
to work or to study.
Yeah.
But like, of course, okay, maybe people have a dream to, okay, I will go to Japanese university. Okay, I got here, and then the day after they got into the university, they don't know what to do because they don't have any like vision or plan after they graduate.
Yeah.
So how do you actually like, prevent those kind of like things?
Very interesting. Goes back to what I was saying earlier. You need to know what your talent is.
Yeah.
What are you interested in? What would you see yourself doing in the long term? 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Of course, it can change.
Yeah.
I was first studying business administration. I was first doing business administration in high school. So my plan was to be a chartered accountant in the future. It did change somewhere along the line when I realized that I have a lot more interest in IT. So for my undergrad, I went to do an IT course, and then I came to do my master's in network engineering here in Japan. So it can't change. What I always do tell myself is, it doesn't matter what plan you actually make now. What matters is that you keep going. Like, have something now and keep going. It can change, but a lot of people make the mistake of, I don't know what to choose. And by the time they realize 3-4 years has passed and they've not chosen anything. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I would rather choose something and change it in 2 years than be like, I don't know what to choose, and then in 3 years you haven't chosen anything.
Yeah.
You are in the same spot. I know a friend this happened to. He's now kind of depressed because 3-4 years have gone by and he hasn't been able to, like, it's now hitting him like, damn, I should have made a choice then. Even if it was just this and I'll change it later. So that's what I would say. Know your talent. What are you interested in? Does it pay well? Does it have opportunities for you in the future? If so, start. You could start, realize that this is not it, but you would have made some progress.
Yeah, exactly.
You would have learned something.
Yeah, you got to know something new, right?
And then you change.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then of course, in this 2025, people are like losing jobs,
Okay.
and they want to get to like 95 like as quickly as possible. But at the same time, like, people also don't really know what to do, as you already mentioned before.
Yeah.
And then plus, and people are also willing to come to Japan just because it's Japan, not because they have planned and they want to do something in Japan.
Yeah.
So, okay, I would like to just go deeper into like how do you actually like focus, to recognize your talent and then get a job in Japan with your talent.
That's a very broad question. Like, it's in different layers, right?
Yeah.
So piggybacking on what I was saying about you discovering your talent, you have to know whether even that talent sells in Japan. Okay? I did IT, sells everywhere. Okay? And professionals like yourself, you do realize that even though people want to come to Japan and people are coming to Japan, there's a certain talent that Japan is looking for. You understand? There's a certain talent that they would easily give you the visa to come.
Yeah.
There's certain programs that they would give you sponsorship or scholarships to come study.
Yeah.
As for certain courses, they would not. My sister got first class in linguistics and French. That's not something that Japan is interested in. So she did not get her scholarship. But I have friends that they easily got scholarship just because they were doing something related to science. Now, science might not be the way for you, but what you should do is try to find out what I want to do, how relevant is it to Japan, not just Japan, maybe you want to go to the United Kingdom, US, Australia.
Yeah.
They have visa types for every occupation.
Yeah.
Is it important to these people?
Yeah.
For example, Australia, Australia has like immigrant classes.
Yeah.
They are from class 1 to class 5. Class 1 is the most requested or most demanded specialties, you know. Engineers, doctors, nurses, they are class 1. They really need them. Class 5 is the least desired, right? So if let's say Australia was where you wanted to go, I want to be a nurse, where does it fall? I want to be a pilot, where does it fall? I want to be a chef, where does it fall? So when you find out this within the country, it makes it easier for you to understand whether you can even exist in this country, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, and when you go to LinkedIn, you go to Glassdoor, you can find out how much you get paid in this particular country.
Yeah.
So when you do find out these things, I think it makes it way easier for you. But it starts from learning your talent, like knowing your talent, you know, like being able to discover that this is what I'm good at, this is what I want to do. That's where it always starts.
Yeah, so basically, like, you know, just getting to know like where you actually position yourself in, like where I should be, what I have right now, and how can I reach that level, basically.
Yeah. And everything is on the internet.
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Everything is on the internet. So yeah.
And with the ChatGPT and like, you know, the AIs of the world, so
when I came to Japan, translators were not that good. So anytime I was in a situation I needed to use translators, it was tough. There wasn't any ChatGPT at that time.
yeah,
And by the time I was about to finish my course, my program, the translators were better. That's just in like 2-3 years.
yeah,
Translators were better. ChatGPT was here, doing research and like writing your thesis or anything very, very easy.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, why wasn't this thing there when I first came? It would have made my life easier.
Yeah.
So now, like, you are at even a better position than you would have been 5 years ago if you are trying to go into a new thing.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah,
So yes, it's great you actually mentioned that. The internet actually has everything with ChatGPT,
Yeah.
DeepSeek.
Yeah.
There are so many of them out there today.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's a really, you know, we already have like a lot of resources all over us, like internet, ChatGPT, AIs, and everything
Yeah.
in the world. And I feel like, of course, we have a lot of information just like one tap away from our phone, basically, right?
Yeah.
But then we run into a problem called like paralysis analysis. It's called like where people is like being undecisive about something, and then even not only in Japan, but maybe like people all over the world are like experiencing that as well. But then at the same time, the era is like constantly moving so fast, and people need to also make a decision like super fast as well.
Yeah.
So how do you actually, you know, navigate those kind of things while living in Japan at the same time?
Great question. Man, this man has the great questions. So, I would say when you discover your talent, this is what I want to do. You know, I keep building it from that step, right? Have a mentor. Try to get a mentor. You know, try to get a mentor. Somebody that has either been where you are going or is doing what you are trying to do. You know, and today with LinkedIn, it's very, very easy to reach out to somebody who is doing something that you are in admiration of.
Yeah.
Also, there's YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you go to YouTube, whatever you are interested in, if today I just type, you just go to YouTube, type how to be a chef. Those are my workers and my colleagues.
あ、その大学の友達ですね。おはようございます。はい。Yeah, there was like the Anasan colleagues, right?
Yeah.
Super nice.
Yeah.
So where were we again? So we were at the.
Yeah, I was talking about mentorship, right?
Yeah.
So you go to YouTube right now, you want to be a great chef. You go to YouTube, whatever you type in about being a chef, you come across a couple of people that have done it great. You could actually follow them. From their videos and how they started, where they are, you could actually learn a lot. That could be your mentor, but you've never met them. But maybe within your community, within your country, where you live, you could actually find someone who's doing what you've done. Who's doing something that you actually want to do. you want to be a doctor, a mechanic, a surgeon, pilot, there should be somebody you could find.
Yeah.
And even if not within your locality, you could find them on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So today, for example, I had a message from a friend. Sorry, not a friend. He's not my friend actually. So I had a message from somebody in Germany.
Yeah.
And the person told me that he's a Ghanaian. He's working in Germany. He wants to come to Tokyo. He's coming to Tokyo from the 30th of May till the 7th of 30th of April to 7th of May. And he's gonna be here for a while. He's just gonna meet Ghanaians that are working here. So he just reached out to me, and that's it. I don't know him from anywhere, but we set a date. Like, okay, so I'll meet you here. We go out and he's like a manager in an IT firm there. So right there from LinkedIn, you see how easy it was for him and I to get along, and he's coming to Japan.
Yeah.
So you can easily go into the message box of any person that you actually admire who is in the place where you want to be.
Yeah.
You type, hello, I'm doing this. This is what I want to be. I want to get here, and I would really appreciate your time and mentorship. They might not respond to you. They might be busy, but a message, maybe 2-3 messages, I believe they'll respond to you. And there are lots of them. So if one doesn't respond to you, you can always check out another person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I would say getting a mentorship actually makes it easy for you to understand where you're going, and really if that's what you want. That would make the decision making faster. So you are not in that paralysis where you are like, should I do this? Should I do that?
Yeah.
Back in Ghana, I had a mentor who has done exactly what I'm doing now. He did it, and then he actually gave me the blueprint. Like, oh, Nana, you want to do this? Start from here, do this, keep your eye on this, and exactly what I'm doing. So having a mentorship is, I think, is the answer to.
Yeah, the key of that, like solving this kind of misinformation or too much information, or even just get lost in those information. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to go to the last part of the question. I mean, I think this is the most important aspect of this.
Interesting. Let's go.
Because it's 2025 again.
Yeah.
And people are looking for jobs, any job, because the price of everything is getting higher, and people just want to get job straight out of college, or even before they got into college, basically. And especially people who are in Japan, and people who are willing to come to Japan in the future and get a job here. What was your brief plan on how to get a job as quickly as possible when you in university?
Oh, as quickly as possible?
Yeah.
Okay. Quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I would say it depends on a couple of things. Okay. It would depend on the course you did. It would depend on your readiness and how, if let's say you are using Japan, how good is your Japanese? But I would say the first thing you should do is, as soon as you know this is what you want to do, first of all, if you don't have LinkedIn and you are looking for a job, please get a LinkedIn, okay? So go to LinkedIn, and then I think I've forgotten there's a way you can actually set it to say that you are looking to be hired.
Yeah.
Yes. So set it as you are looking to be hired. So anyone that types in anyone that types in that particular job, occupation, that particular specialty, you pop up because you are looking to be hired.
Yeah.
Okay. So these recruiters have set criteria, right? So make sure that your LinkedIn page looks good enough, that your history of what you've done before, what you studied, and what you want to be. You might be in school, but you want to be an IT engineer. Put in your bio that you're an IT engineer. Yeah, you don't have the experience, but that's what you're trying to be.
Yeah.
You understand? That's what you're trying to be. So put it in there, because when somebody types that, that's what they find.
Yeah.
IT engineer. So when you show up, the person sees that, oh, this person is actually serious about working, because it looks there ready to be hired or something like that. I've forgotten exactly how they put it.
Yeah.
When you do that, that actually you've already put yourself in the spot to be hired, or the spot to be found by these recruiters. So they'll come to your DM, they'll send you messages, they'll ask you to meet, and then they want to see your situation. That's what they call it. They want to see your situation. So when you want to have maybe a call or a chat with the recruiter, they will let you know the available positions, and depending on the field you are, you have a lot of recruiters in your inbox.
Yeah.
That highly depends on the field you are in.
Yes.
Like I said, there are certain fields that are more in demand, and there are certain fields that are in less demand. So you should first know that this field I am in, is it in demand or not? You know, like, is this field in demand or not?
Yeah.
So if it's in demand, you should know that you definitely will get a lot of messages or people getting into your inbox and asking you whether you are available for a position.
Yeah.
That is where it starts. Okay, and then don't limit it only to LinkedIn. Okay, there are so many websites for looking for jobs here in Japan. For IT people, there's a site called GitTab. Okay, GitTab.jp. There's also there are so many of them. I don't know why they are not coming to mind right now. There's Duda.
Yeah. Duda, yeah.
Yeah, Duda.jp.
Yeah.
Very good site.
Yeah.
There are so many of them. So depending on the field, you can actually go to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Just type in there that I am in this field and I'm trying to find jobs in Japan. Which website should I go to? It's going to list them.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you go to those sites, you can also register there, create your account, have your profile, put there your resume, and recruiters will also contact you there as well.
Yes.
So I would say, if you don't know which one would work for you. LinkedIn worked for a lot of people. It didn't really work for me. It was GitHub that worked for me. So have a profile like GitHub, have a profile like LinkedIn, have a profile like Duda, and then wait for the recruiters to get at you.
Exactly. So it's super important to like put yourself out there inside like those like platforms basically.
As many as you can.
As many as you can, guys.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
like in this era, like everyone wants to get a job like and as prestigious and as much as they can. So
Yeah.
the competition is not with the people inside the university, but people inside like your country and people outside of your country as well. So it's important to be like prepared in this like international markets. I see. And lastly, would you like send a message to people who would like to come to Japan and get a job here?
Okay, I would say that if you want to come to Japan, it's actually a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Very peaceful. The tech is so advanced. It's safe. You know, it's a lovely place to live actually. But I always say this: if you can't speak Japanese, you might not enjoy Japan as much. You understand? Yes, that's like the only thing. You have to be able to speak some good amount of Japanese. So, if you want to come to Japan, I've said this. I know I've said this countless times, a broken record at this point. But you should have some good Japanese skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you should have good Japanese skills. You should be able to know that this field is it in demand in Japan. It's very, very important. You know, it's very, very important. I know so many people. I know a lady. She was in Okayama University. She studied child psychology.
I see.
And sorry to say this, any Japanese person listen, I'm sorry, but here in Japan, they don't take child psychology serious.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a thing here in Japan. So she studied that in Japan, but she has to do a different job. She couldn't get a job in that field. You know, if she was in if she was in America or UK, she would have been employed even before she finished school.
Exactly.
But here, it's not really a thing. So, she had to go in a different field. Luckily for her, she had N1 Japanese.
Okay.
So because she had very good Japanese, she could go in any field. She got a job before she finished school. Maybe a year before she finished school.
I see.
Yeah. But if your Japanese is not good and you are in a field where it's not in demand, maybe you should reconsider coming to Japan.
Yeah, exactly. Or even
Yeah.
change your route and then maybe try to understand
Exactly.
the market like before you come to Japan. Right?
Exactly. It's very, very important.
Yeah.
Very, very important. But if you do have a field that is very, very in demand, you have good Japanese, I bet you would enjoy Japan.
Yep.
You will enjoy Japan.
Yep. So
Yeah.
the key is like having a good level of Japanese and knowing what you know, and then actually have a mentor and have a lot of information regarding the thing that you really want to do in the future, basically.
Yes.
Okay, so Nana-san, of course, it's like long time for the interview, but thank you so much for your
No,
time.
no. I love doing this.
Of course, you guys would like seeing Nana-san again, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Nana-san will probably be building his YouTube channel soon, by the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, just stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you so much for
Man, this was very nice. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Very happy to share.
Yeah.
Anytime, man, just hit me up.
Yep.
Like, comment, subscribe. Yo,
Yup.
share to other people who are also interested in coming to Japan.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the future. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.